pig?
It
Was
said
there
he
done
was
with
a.
the face of a
It
pig?
said that he is living on Social Security disability in a rent
Oh my God.
subsidized apartment in the Upper East Side.
Really? I
He's
thought he
all.
lived in a housing
He was
project.
also found guilty of attacking an innocent Jewish man in the street. He is a complete and total piece of shit.
He is? Oh my gosh! Thank you for thank you for notifying the community. That's something I think we all need to know. I appreciate you, sir.
Thank you, Mame. I just want to make a comment, Jack or everyone else. Someone mentioned Obama. I posted an article in the chat. It's about when Gaddafi was killed. Putin was really disgusted with that, and apparently it's his worst fear that something like that would happen to him. And maybe that could be why he even invaded. The meme is funny. Maybe that's why he invaded Ukraine. In terms of he didn't want there to be rebels in his own country that go and try to kill him or something like that. So, anyways, I posted in the article in the chat and how terrible the Libya thing was. But is it? I could be wrong, meme, but I see so many Iranians on here, and a lot of them, to be fair, live in the diaspora, but they want American intervention. Like, what do you do with countries that? And Jack, like, if you can respond to this too, like, what about countries that want American intervention? You just seen Zelensky in the White House asking for it. So this whole idea that no one wants America and hates America, it's not true because clearly a lot of countries want America's intervention. What do?
They want our money. Duh. Zelensky wants $100 billion.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like with Jack, I understand his view, but there's a lot of people that think, oh, America's just interfering, and no one wants them, and they hate him and stuff. They hate them to interfere, but it's not true. They do exactly. They want their money exactly.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
I mean, unfortunately, wherever there's money, there's going to be greed, and wherever there's money in politicians, there's going to be, and power concentrating, there's going to be some corruption. It seems inevitable in a free society, and it should be, I think, monitored and minimized. It doesn't mean I don't believe in democratic values. It just means that we have to, as a person who's like spent his life and was trained as a journalist and made my career most of my life as a journalist and then as a filmmaker, I can tell you I always believed in the power of the press to expose wrongdoing in powerful institutions. Although the equation has changed a lot in recent years because of social media, which is kind of unfiltered. And so now we have a lot of different kinds of information competing for our attention, and some of it is reliable and some of it is pure baloney. That doesn't mean we give up on the institution. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Why is the USA founded like journalists more neutral or something, like more convincing?
Why is USAID what?
More reliable. I mean, why is USAID funded journalist? Is more.
Why
like
did they fund a journalist? They funded a journalist to.
I mean the journalist.
Yeah,
I mean the journalist.
Like
they funded.
Like me.
They funded.
Yeah. Oh, you mean funded, right? Yeah. So USAID pays for American journalists to go abroad and teach democratic media principles, such as a free press, which a place like Serbia, in my case, didn't have.
So they are biased.
Well, they just didn't have our democratic First Amendment model of a free press.
So that means if you say something that the rulers and the leaders do not like, they can arrest you and imprison you for practicing journalism and the freedom of speech?
Yes, I'm afraid that's true, ma'am.
You guys realize that it's getting really bad even in Europe with social media specifically. Rory Stewart, this guy who he's not a guy, he's a former politician who does a podcast. He got into a fight with Vance too on Twitter, but he also just had a podcast where he wants the Twitter actually, or X, whatever, banned because he's saying it's used to promote far right governments and